everybody? GB4576 here. Today, Death Battle came back to us to give us Yuji versus Denji, Jujutsu Kaisen versus Chainsaw Man. Now I'm going to be completely honest. I basically have no stake in this fight whatsoever. I have not seen Jujutsu Kaisen, and I have only seen 4 episodes of Chainsaw Man. So, I guess if I have to root for somebody, I'll root for Denji, I guess. But yeah, I didn't get far in it. Mostly what I know about each series comes from their previous death battles. Like, I'm a really big fan of Shigaraki versus Mahito. That's all I really know about JJK. And all I really know about Chainsaw Man mostly comes from Reze's analysis. Because I know they did Gojo versus Makima, but I don't remember really anything from that. Well, be reminded of them in this video, and based on their previews, they are going to be brought up. The thing's being slow. There we go, that's better. But yeah, I'm just here for a really cool fight, and that's honestly about it. I know they revealed the next time at a convention, but I purposely avoided all of that, so I don't know what's next. But we got 4, 3, 2, 1, let's go!
Say your prayers.
Does him turning into Chainsaw Man technically count as a transformation scene?
Sukuna versus the Chainsaw Man.
He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle.
Alright, what we got?
If Yuji Itadori was one thing...
Okay, spoilers for JJK manga sequel series JJK Modulo. Many of the manga panels are used from the fan translations over Viz due to be more accurate. Okay.
He was strong. As his grandfather lay dying, he made Yuji promise to help others and not to die alone.
A promise Yuji would keep by joining...
Damn, he's 83. I guess I didn't know that. Yuji, 83, 5'8". Hey, I'm taller than him. 176, special grade sorcerer, former vessel of Sukuna, likes Megumi, Nobara, Jennifer Lawrence, Yuko, themes and such. Dislike Sukuna, Mahito, and mass murder.
Jujutsu Kaisen.
That's about accurate from what I know about this.
Training to rid the world of curses.
Essentially monsters manifested by humanity's fears, hatreds, and anxieties.
Just one problem for Yuji. Unlike everybody else, he didn't have a magical curse technique. Oh no, he had something way worse.
After consuming a cursed finger, like a literal finger...
Why would you eat that? That looks disgusting.
By its owner, the king of curses, Ryomen Sukuna, the most powerful sorcerer in history.
And Yuji's willpower was the only thing holding Sukuna back from controlling his body, killing everything in sight, and taking over the world.
So Yuji got to know his surly new roommate, and perhaps one day he would show him a kinder, gentler path.
No.
A classic shonen hero's journey if I've ever heard one. Yuji would track down and nosh on the rest of Sukuna's cursed fingers before they caused any more trouble.
Fulfilling his late grandfather's wish to use his strength in service of others, surrounded by friends.
Helps that he's getting a first-rate education from the strongest sorcerer alive today, Gojo.
Gojo would teach Yuji to harness and manipulate the absolutely absurd amount of cursed energy he inherited.
Cursed energy, physical, divergent fist, black flash, reverse curse, binding vows, shadow style, barrier, domain expansion, yeah. Domain expansion shrine, okay.
From Sukuna.
Cursed energy is basically
I don't think they're including Sukuna.
Yuji can use it to see invisible curses
because he lost
and
at some
his
point.
Already superhuman strength and martial arts skills he learned from his gramps, making him a monster in close quarters combat.
Yuji knows Taido, a Japanese martial art derived from Okinawan karate. It focuses on agility and flexibility with the inclusion of spins, twists, tumbles, drops, rolls, and fleet footwork.
Which he combines with jujutsu techniques like divergent fist. Yuji strikes an enemy so fast that his cursed energy takes a second to catch up, hitting his opponent twice and messing up their rhythm.
By perfecting that timing and applying cursed energy within 1 microsecond of a hit, Yuji can achieve the Black Flash, increasing the power of his hit by a...
Gojo stated that he can perform the Black Flash at will if all that was needed was the timing. This shows that microsecond reaction speed was necessary for sorcerers to use Black Flash.
Factor of 2.5. a feat that would require reaction speeds nearly 1,000 times faster.
Hey, just
than
like
sound.
Mahito.
It's basically impossible to do at will. You're so in the zone when you pull it off that it fully restores your cursed energy and boosts your output to 120%.
Yuji's black flashes are so strong in particular, the author himself stated that 5 in a row would have been enough to instantly kill the special grade curse Jogo.
Who did
That.
this? And this? And this?
How many has Yuji ever done in a row, you ask? 7.
And that's not even the nastiest thing about Yuji's punches.
Hey,
Because
Mahito.
another soul resides in his body, Yuji learned how to target the soul itself, doing damage to opponents who could normally regenerate from his hits.
Yeah, this pink-haired brat was a Jujutsu prodigy, perfect for Gojo's dream. You see, it's lonely at the top, and Gojo wanted to train a crop of pupils powerful enough to share the burden of reforming Jujutsu society.
Until one fateful battle when Gojo was sealed away and Sukuna took over Yuji's body. Then proceeded to
Destroy everything.
commit that whole mass murder thing he was always going on about.
Yeah, turns out Sukuna is evil. Like, really, totally, completely, irredeemably evil.
And it also turns out that every twist and turn in Yuji's life was orchestrated by the body
Okay, I
sorcerer
think this
Kagami
is
in order
new
to
stuff.
resurrect Sukuna and bring about the curse apocalypse.
In Yuji's eyes, something he was completely responsible for. And so, having failed his grandfather, Yuji's outlook shifted.
No longer would he fight to protect others, but to kill curses.
And after Sukuna hopped bodies into Yuji's best pal Megumi,
Okay,
the
yep.
King of Curses became numero uno on Yuji's shit list.
Yuji's defeated powerful disaster curses like Hanami and Mahito, survived being slammed so hard he cratered the earth, and is comparable to sorcerers like Maki, who tanked getting rammed through entire mountain ranges.
Yuji also learned how to use
Okay.
super advanced abilities, like reverse curse technique, to heal himself from crazy damage. Like getting his torso shredded into chili.
Oh,
And
that
in
just
some
sounds
other sorcerers'
gross.
cases, even regrowing lost limbs.
Though it takes a lot of energy to regenerate blood. So after going on a cursed object,
Due to sharing the same physiology as the death painting wombs, Yuji should be capable of replicating their regeneration, as so regrowing his arm, healing from holes in his chest.
eating frenzy, he learned how to manipulate his own blood to speed up his healing.
Okay.
Or fire it like a blood beam. A poisonous blood beam.
All of that combined made Yuji just tough enough to finally take on the King of Curses, although greatly weakened after his victory against Gojo.
Rip. Literally.
Sukuna was still the de facto strongest being alive, but after hitting him with a Black Flash, Yuji actually copied Sukuna's main ability.
Gojo's plan all along.
This was Prime. With it, Yuji can slice apart any surface he touches, an enemy's flesh, the ground beneath.
Yeah,
him,
these manga
even the
editing
boundary
is
between
nice.
2 souls in one body. Enough hits can even cause those 2 souls to separate.
Like
Okay.
a souped up version of his normal punches.
Even better, Yuji finally gained access to the most powerful weapon in any sorcerer's arsenal, a domain expansion.
Basically, a pocket dimension created by the sorcerer where their ability will hit no matter what. No contact needed. If you're trapped in Yuji's domain, you're getting sliced to ribbons.
With all his power and training and righteous fury, Yuji severed Sukuna's soul from Megumi's body, freeing his friend from the demon's clutches.
That's nice.
But not before offering Sukuna one last chance at redemption.
Which he rejected before dying because, well, evil.
He's evil.
Leaving Yuji
Yeah.
to grow into one of the most fearsome sorcerers in history.
Turns out the cursed objects that Yuji consumed made him part curse and slowed his aging to a crawl, giving him decades of training and battle experience.
Okay.
He's mastered blood manipulation, can pull off Black Flash.
Yuji is stronger than Gojo and Sukuna by the time of Modulo and should scale to their feats, like Gojo creating an earthquake felt over 100 miles and Sukuna vaporizing Shibuya.
At will and shredded entire cities apart with Shrine. Just like Gojo and Sukuna before him, he became the strongest.
But what actually makes someone truly strong?
Past Gojo, Nanami Sukuna's Black Flash records, dodged the blood, withstood Mahito, creating him a 4-mile wild dust explosion, kept on fighting with liver pierced, special grade, Esso Mahito, Sukuna,
For
Higuruma.
Sukuna, it was the power to stand
Okay.
alone atop all others. But to Yuji, it was the opposite.
The only reason he had survived as long as he had was because of the mercy and sacrifice of his friends.
So Yuji brought together friends and allies, new and old, to create a world eventually free from curses entirely, fulfilling not just Gojo's wish, but his grandfather's as well.
Because if Yuji Itadori was one thing, he was strong.
That's neat analysis.
Wiz,
Okay.
if there are two
Spoilers
truths in
for
this
all of
world,
Chainsaw
two
Man.
universal
Okay.
constants,
This is
it's
what I'm
these.
curious about,
Life
because it's what
sucks
most
and then
people
you
were.
die.
Especially
Weird
for the
about.
young boy, Denji.
Who was so poor and
Let's see. Denji, he's 5'8". Hey, I'm taller than him too. High school student, devil hunter, cannibal. Yeah, canonically sold one of his balls. Yeah, I saw that as well. Likes Nayuta, Asa, themes and such. Yeah, this is truly the themes and such matchup. Dislikes cults, honey traps, and vomit.
unlucky. He doesn't even know his last
Okay.
name.
With an alcoholic father forever indebted to the Yakuza, and a diet consisting of whatever garbage he could get his hands on,
Yeah.
all Denji had in this world was his dog, Pochita.
Yeah,
Who happened
Pochita
to
is
have
pretty
a
cute.
chainsaw sticking out of his face. Really putting the tear in Terrier.
Pochita wasn't an actual dog, obviously. He was a devil. Monstrous superpowered beings literally from hell that are created by and represent humanity's worst fears. In Pochita's
Huh. Just like curses.
case, literally the personification of chainsaws.
Oh, he's so cute.
Mm-hmm.
Who would be afraid of chainsaws? They're the most versatile
Hey, Ash.
tool in the world. Perfect for chopping
And
trees,
Leatherface.
opening cans,
Hey, Leon.
massacring your foes.
Apparently,
Yep.
Pochita had no problem with that last part, as he and Denji hunted down and killed his devil brethren.
It's a tough job, but when selling your testicles won't pay off your dad's debts,
Oh.
it'll do.
That is, until Denji was cornered and forced to learn about those two universal constants. Life sucks.
Yep,
and
and
then
you die.
But sometimes, if you're really unlucky, there's a third option.
Born from his and Pochita's contract, a literal deal with the devil, Pochita would become one with Denji's body in exchange for Denji to live a happy life.
Yeah, I remember watching that and I got really pissed when Pochita fused because he's just so cute. I don't want to see him go. Turns out he comes back later.
And so the two fused into a half-human, half-devil hybrid, the Chainsaw Man, aka a one-man, blood-soaked devil-slaying machine, the perfect candidate for the public safety devil
Ooh, I like
hunters,
this
led by
music.
this piece of work. With
Hey,
nothing
Makima.
controlling him but his raging teenage hormones, Denji would battle all of devil kind in the hopes of one day getting laid.
And he was a natural at killing, not getting laid.
Uh,
As the
yep.
Chainsaw Man, Denji can slice through
I
just
mean,
about
one thing at a time,
and
right?
generate new chainsaws from any surface of his body.
Or swing him around on massively long chains. Oh man, that's so cool.
Chains,
It
aw
helps that
man,
Denji
that's
is
cool.
incredibly powerful, capable of
Let's
lifting
see. Devil physiology, blood field regeneration, chainsaws, all that. Pochita, existence erasure, reconsumption, and Denji Man. Denji and Pochita
and
fused.
throwing cars, surviving being blasted through several buildings, and moving
Yeah,
way
and Yuji
faster
was
than
traveled
the eye
through
can see.
mountains.
And if he happens to get torn apart by some ornery devil, no biggie, because he can regenerate from just about anything.
Denji has survived being sliced to pieces, having his head torn off, being dipped in demonic stomach acid for hours, and even
Ew.
getting his heart ripped out.
Haven't we all?
Devil's innate regeneration should also make them resistant to poison. Well, obviously, I suppose poison gas remained. Maybe he could actually get Yuji's
Chainsaw
blood.
Man didn't regenerate his heart. Oh no, his heart regenerated a Chainsaw Man.
Even
That is
separating
awesome.
Denji and Pochita won't stop them. When Denji was stuck in this alternate dimension, he and Pochita still possessed a metaphysical connection.
With their stomachs.
While his healing
That's
factor
weird.
can be overtaxed, all he needs to do is drink some blood and he's back to full health.
And considering that chainsawing devils apart is basically an infinite blood exploit, he almost never
Yeah.
runs out. Only limited by the violence-induced psychotic frenzy he enters in combat.
Well, he's not actually crazy. Denji might be, okay, definitely
Is.
is an under-socialized moron led by his dick, but he's surprisingly clever in combat.
Almost always thinking outside the box and coming up with so dumb they're brilliant strategies to take on devils that should be too strong for him.
In short, Denji was the perfect soldier, and was rewarded for his efforts with something that began to resemble a happy life. Aki, the stern older brother, Power, the bratty younger sister, and Makima, his boss, and the girl of his dreams.
All Denji had to do
Oh,
to finally
here's the new
score
stuff.
with that dead-eyed redhead was to kill the most fearsome devils in existence, like the Typhoon Devil who created a massive hurricane, or the Bomb Devil who could blow up most of a city, or the Gun Devil who could travel around the world and kill over 1 million people in about 5 minutes.
But Plot twist, he had to kill Makima too, because she was secretly the Control Devil, one of the 4 horsemen of the
This is so
apocalypse.
sad for Denji.
Everything she told Denji was a lie. The happy life he created, the family he made, all of it was designed to be torn down.
All with one goal, to force Denji to break his contract with Pochita and become her servant. Order 66ing every devil she didn't like. But when Denji did break...
Well, Denji and Pochita have been separated for extended periods because Denji did not want to rejoin. The two can reunite more quickly if they want to.
Pochita took over.
Now, Pochi might look cute and cuddly, but the Chainsaw Devil is one of the strongest and scariest dudes in the universe, capable of tearing through hordes of devil hybrids like nothing.
More than enough to give Denji his opening to beat Makima by cutting her up into sashimi and eating her whole. A very similar solution to the Chainsaw Devil's most powerful ability.
Anything Pochita eats gets deleted from existence. Yeah, like
they said this in Reze's analysis.
World War II, gone. AIDS, nada. Nuclear frickin' bombs, a light tasty afternoon snack, thank you very much. Forgive me, chainsaws. I knew not your power.
He also ate the Death Devil. Yes, Denji ate death, which means no one on Earth could die.
Oh,
wow.
You think that's messed up? Let's talk about his next romance, Asa.
A sweet, shy, awkward girl, perhaps Denji's one true love, except for the fact that she shares a body with Makima's sister, Yoru, the War Devil.
Who herself is in love with the greatest warmonger of them all.
America!
The United States of America!
What subtle
Yoru
storytelling.
was determined to use her love of the USA to drown the world in a ceaseless hurricane of blood.
Denji, buddy, you ever considered maybe switching to guys or something? Because every single woman you meet has tried to kill you.
It was in Denji's climactic battle with the War Devil that his
They lifted a car in large chunks of the earth, dodged a spear traveling from the moon to earth, took a nuclear punch to the face, regenerated from his heart, outwitted the aging devil, started a sword strike containing the massive Oregon, and defeated Reze, Makima, your Santa Claus. What? Okay, I'm not gonna ask.
and Pochita's bond finally matured, giving Denji full control of the Chainsaw Devil's power. A kind of Denji man, I guess.
Which he used to kick the War Devil's ass. And she was no joke, strong enough to shoot Pochita from across the globe with a near light speed 2-ton bullet from the goddamn Statue of Liberty.
Near
Better
light
yet,
speed?
Yoru was so powerful, she turned Oregon into a sword.
I thought it was
Yes,
Michigan.
The state of Oregon. Crumple the entire landmass into a blade, fly it over to Japan, and swing it at Denji. And he matched its power.
All weapons made by Yoru, like the aquarium sword, contain the mass of the object locale she has ownership of. Given her weapons, gain power and more attachment she has to an object. Oregon's sword, like, should exceed Statue of Liberty bullet.
He also threw the American flag at him. The one on the moon.
Yep.
You know, the moon in space. In seconds. And he dodged it.
Went the whole world.
They're like, I remember when that chapter came out, everyone in the power scaling community was like, oh shit, is Chainsaw Man about to get to like moon level power? But then that happened, they were like, oh, okay.
Literally falling apart, Pochita realized that becoming Chainsaw Man made Denji's dream for a normal life impossible.
Something Denji was always too stubborn and selfish to realize until it was too late.
So Pochita did what any good dog would do. Eat himself and erase the Chainsaw Devil from existence, creating a new world without him and leaving Denji just Denji.
But maybe all this time, Denji was enough. Being Chainsaw Man could not save his loved ones, but being Denji could.
Because, sure, life sucks and then, yeah,
It's
you'll
the
die.
funny meme
But
panel.
While you're stuck in between, chasing your dreams with your buds can help make life worth living.
Hey, power's back to life. Neat.
All right, the battle's about to
Sponsor?
start. But first,
Pitch calls are back.
Oh, neat.
Yep. Hey, I'm Chad,
the voice of Boomstick.
and we've reopened Death Battle pitch calls on the Death Battle store. It's a way
And
for
it's
you to
sold
meet with
out.
Ben and I, the creators of Death Battle, and pitch us your favorite matchup.
Now are being made because of
Quick before
pitches are available with a bunch of
it'll be so it's a bit.
Okay, yeah. And it's probably sold out by
Alright, the
now.
combatants are set, and we've run the data through all possibilities.
It's
So they had
time for
Yuji
a
in
Death
Fortnite, but not
Battle!
Denji in Fortnite. Okay. So yeah. I think Denji's faster because they said near light speed and that Yuji at like 1,000 times the speed of sound. But other than that, they didn't. like I said, Yuji go through mountains, whereas Denji went through buildings. So I think Yuji has power, Denji has speed. We'll have to see how this goes. But let's go, Denji. If you have to root for someone, I'm rooting for you. Let's go. Hey, Yuji. No! He dropped his burger!
Oh, man. Oh, no. You're fine. You're fine. This wasn't my fault.
I've never felt such weird cursed energy like his before.
Say your prayers.
Okay, that's a nice choreography.
You're a chainsaw curse?
Oh, no. I'm the hero to all. Kicker of asses. Magnet to chicks. Half man, half devil. Chainsaw man. Let's finish this. Chainsaw instant death technique.
Oh, yeah, right in the nuts. I knew that was coming.
Batter up, pink-haired punk-ass bitch.
Okay, Denji's losing it, going all out early on. That's not a good sign. And
wait for it.
There's a second one. Yep. There we go.
I realized you had 2 cursed energy sources in one body, so I separated them.
Here comes Pochita. Oh, there we go. Might as well be Denji and Pochita. Yep, here we go. Knew that was coming. Denji got his back. Got his back.
Baby! Pochita and I are brothers! You'll never keep us apart!
Okay, lost an arm, lost another arm. This isn't good, Denji. Hey, someone other than Moro animated a black flash.
Domain expansion.
Oh! Oh!
Finally got you to stop moving! See? We can be smart too, huh?
Oh no.
Punk ass bitch.
Black flash!
Try it.
Oh, this goodbye to Denji. Ooh, this is a long fight. I like this. Okay. Oh.
A human and a curse. Brothers.
Oh. There we
You
go.
don't see that every day.
Good. Good on you, Denji. Hell yeah.
All right, Pochita. I wonder if that burger place is still open.
That was nice.
Oh, if Yuji Itadori was one thing, he was strong.
And then he died.
Just not strong enough today.
Let's break this down
okay.
into 4 chapters. Their speed, skill, abilities, and
Okay, speed is Denji. Skill, probably Yuji. Abilities might be a draw, and then power for Denji. I'm guessing
First
that.
off, who was faster?
Yuji's greatest speed feat is the Black Flash. In order to apply cursed energy within 1 microsecond of a strike, Yuji would have to move and react at over 900 times the speed of sound.
Insanely fast. But remember that time Denji dodged that flag that Yoro summoned from the moon? You know, the one that's over 200,000 miles away?
Considering Denji's position from start to impact, all while in the midst of a fast-paced battle. This must have happened in a matter of seconds.
We'll lowball it and say 10. Though it'd probably have to be faster to use against Denji in a fight.
This means the flag must have been moving over 12% the speed of light.
Okay.
Over 100 times faster.
I'm actually
than
seeing
the Black
people
Flash.
thinking
Now,
Denji's
Yuji has
faster.
gotten significantly
Yuka's Maharaga is currently stronger than one Gojo battle. Despite this, Dabura outsped and overpowered it with his light technique, so not even top tiers in JJK reliably scale, especially as a technique and not natural speed.
stronger since his adolescence,
Okay.
but we know for a fact that in Jujutsu Kaisen, relativistic speeds are something humanity has explicitly not yet achieved.
So it's pretty clear that Denji takes speed.
However, Yuji has made a career out of going up against enemies far out of his league by relying on his skill.
And what a career it's been! He defeated the King of Curses all before he was even an adult, and he continued to train and master his jujutsu techniques for decades.
Whereas Denji, well, certainly a clever, unorthodox
Yeah,
fighter,
is
would
Yuji.
often get by due to his sheer stubbornness and durability more than anything else.
With Yuji's greater experience and martial arts combined, he was definitely the more
Yeah.
skilled fighter.
I don't think
Wasn't
anyone's
as clear
denying
cut
that.
Was who had the better abilities.
Specifically, how well they can cut each other and how well they can heal from being cut. So I guess it's their cut ability.
Okay,
Survived
sure.
Pretty insane wounds, though Denji's devil healing factor was superior.
The most Yuji has ever healed were some big slashes against his stomach.
And while other similarly powerful sorcerers like Gojo could regenerate lost limbs, Denji could regenerate almost all of his body from a single cord pull. That being said,
Denji's poison resistance and regeneration counter Yuji's poisonous blood, as Death Painting Womb's poison has been reversed through reverse curse technique. Denji would have little issue drinking Yuji's blood or powering through blood manipulation.
Yuji's soul targeting
Okay.
attacks have done lasting damage against those with superior healing like Mahito.
Not just that, but literally splitting two souls apart. That's how he beat Sukuna, and he could potentially do the same thing to break apart Denji and Pochita.
However, it's not so simple. Sukuna was already severely weakened at the time, and it took Yuji several hits to separate him and Megumi.
And on top of
Okay.
that, even if Denji and Pochita were split up, we know they keep a metaphysical connection when apart. In fact, they were split up when they were fighting Makaba, and they had no problem rejoining. No reason they couldn't do it again here.
However, Denji's healing factor isn't unlimited. He'll
Yeah.
need blood to
Get
heal
over- be
eventually, and
overtaxed.
the range and speed of Yuji's slashes would force Denji to tank them to get up close.
Even if he could, Yuji's healing factor wouldn't last nearly as long against Denji's chainsaws.
Yuji could theoretically block the chainsaws by coating his hand in slashes, but Denji's greater speed means Yuji can react in time. Pochita often begins fights by speed blitzing, such as battle with Makima.
But then Yuji could back off, Denji chase him, and so on.
Like an unstoppable force meeting an immovable object, neither had a
Yep,
clear
a
edge
tie.
in cut ability.
So what it ultimately came down to was power. Who could do the most damage and wear the other guy down first?
Yuji slicing apart an entire city is one of the most impressive feats in all of Jujutsu Kaisen. By measuring the clouds of dust created in his attack's wake, we can estimate he launched over 5.5 million tons of debris into the air. That kind of force is equivalent to over 3 megatons
Yep,
of
okay,
TNT,
got 3
comparable to a
megatons.
hydrogen bomb.
But unfortunately for Yuji, while he could cut apart a city, Denji was Oregon level.
The state,
Yep,
of,
state
Oregon
of Oregon.
is the 9th largest in the Union by
Yuji's dismantle could reach higher grills depending on the dust density used. However, even the highest option would be dozens of times weaker than Chainsaw Man. Okay.
total area, nearly 100,000 square miles. By estimating its volume, Yoru compressed a mass weighing over 750 trillion tons. One
US
swing from that
tons.
sword would hit with an energy of over 30,000 megatons of
Oh,
TNT.
32
Which is like
gigatons.
10,000 hydrogen bombs. And not only did Denji survive a swing, he straight up overpowered it. That's
Oh, wow.
insanely strong, but not inconsistent. Like the time Yoru fired that globe-spanning near-light-speed bullet from the Statue of Liberty.
Sure, Yuji's citywide dismantle was done casually, but so was Yoru crumpling Oregon. Yuji's dismantles would need to be 1,000,000% stronger to do significant damage to Denji.
Especially with Denji's OP healing factor, too.
Denji takes the final edge.
You know what? At least
All
Chainsaw Man
Denji
isn't
needed was
0-3.
one good hit to finish
That's
the
good.
fight. And with his far greater speed, it was only a matter of time.
What can I say, Yuji? Denji's just got that dog in him.
Is Denji, the Chainsaw Man.
Next.
Okay. So, next time. My guesses have been Sailor Moon versus Madoka or Luz versus Anne. Those are my 2 guesses. Let's see what we got.
Next time on Death Battle.
Who the... Wait, Superman?
Subscribe and join as a
Oh, Sentry versus Superboy Prime. Oh, okay. Hey, we're finally getting Marvel versus DC back, guys! Hell yeah! So yeah.
member to see more Death Battle. Thanks for watching.
Okay. Yeah, that was... Yuji versus Denji. You know what? I'm gonna say it. That was really good. I like that more than Gru versus Megamind and Bakugo versus Reze. I still think I prefer Ichigo, Yusuke, and Cell Metal Sonic. Though I'll probably need a couple of rewatches before I figure that out for real. But yeah, this was definitely really good. Fight was really good. I like the analyses, even though I didn't really know much about them. But yeah, aside from that, I like this. Give it a really good episode. But we're finally getting our long return of Marvel vs. DC. After not seeing it since Martian Manhunter vs. Silver Surfer over 2 years ago, I think. Yeah, that was over 2 years ago, because 2024 was when they were dead. But yeah, with that being said, thank you guys for watching. Please check out another video of mine, and I'll see you guys later. Bye!